Hello, this is Kathleen Foster and my videographer Michael Ward, and we're out here on the pier at Wainimi Beach, and I'm here talking to Kevin Brannon. He's the founder of Real Guppies Outdoors, and he wants to get going. This is an interview about the before and after the quarantine of COVID-19. Everything kind of just stopped, and everybody just, everything stopped. And Kevin's foundation, his program, was just getting on a real good roll. He was having record amount of participants coming out here on the pier and fishing and catching memories. And then all of a sudden, like I said, this pandemic happened, and there we are.
Yeah, man, we were off to a great start.
Yes,
so,
perfect.
We were off to I think we had our record numbers for sure. January, we kick off the year. We do 10 events a year that we open to the public, and this January was 134 kids, and we started adding participants as well to kind of document the parents, because besides just being a kid fishing program, you had grandparents and the parent and the child out together, so it was becoming more of a family outing. And we're getting testimonials about people that fished with the program that used to fish with their grandfather or their father before. Maybe they don't do it anymore, so it's starting to rekindle that tradition. As before they were saying these devices that kids were on them and the moms are Snapchatting and what was going on, they were trying to find something new that they can do together as a family. And fishing goes back, everybody, that's what we say, catch a memory. You tell somebody that you do a kid program or a fishing show, they'll take you back to that 6-year-old that they were. You can see the tunnel vision on them and what they were catching. So it was really starting to take off. And then in February, we had our biggest. It was like 157 that we had. The whole pier was pretty much filled up from about the surf line towards the end of the pier. So yeah, man, it was taking off.
So yeah, now what are you gonna do now to try to get this thing back going? I know you're gonna really have a hard time, but you got to get it back going again.
Well, I'm a man of faith, right? So even when we start to have the program growing and expanding, I would worry about, if I open it to the public, are we going to have enough resources for the kids to fish with? And I always had more kids than I had fishing gear, so we always were able to provide, right? So I just opened it up and we were able to just let it take off. So with that being said, resourcefully, that whatever happens, we're going to be ready to take it on. So if we got to take out 40 or 50 kids at a time, that's what we're going to start to do. We know how to be resourceful. We have the volunteers to get it done. The chief actually had us come out here with him to walk the pier. I do a TV show. I've been on fishing boats, so he wanted, the fishing TV show. So while we're filming out there's definitely some protocols that we have, especially in the sport fishing out on boats and also along the shore. So with him asking us to come out and take a look at what they're going to do, we're able to help give them some advice on fishing. The cool thing about fishing on the pier is that there is etiquette on how you space yourself out anyway. You kind of don't all clog together, so that's easy. Maybe the social distancing, bringing your own chairs and that sort of thing. But the fishing community is pretty, we say there's a respect thing anyway that's going to go hand in hand. The way we're going to adapt to it is we're considered like a summer camp. So we'll look at the way that they're doing their things and then modify. So if we could have 10 kids on the pier, 10 kids on the left side of the pier, 10 kids over here, maybe a knot tying segment here, and then we'll just alternate them to different stations, So we're going to grow with it. Fishing, part of the fun about it is overcoming objections, right? It's problem solving. What bait's going to work? What's the conditions? So go hand in hand,
And it relieves stress.
Oh, man.
Adults and children. It's like, and right now we're under a lot of stress and all this stuff that's going on. So yes, I'll be glad when I see the fishing starting up again and the smiles on those kids' faces, because we've been out here to a couple of your events and I just love it, because like you said, you see it brings back those memories. It brings back the times you were fishing with your dad or your grandfather or a relative, because fishing goes back pretty darn far. Pretty darn far.
But we also live in the coolest place on the planet, right? We live in the Channel Islands Marine Sanctuary, right? We live in the Santa Barbara Channel. So the kids get to see dolphins swimming by. They get the hands-on experience that we teach them. We actually have our first series of Guppy books coming on thanks to the REACH program here locally, helping us to develop our first set of workbooks. So besides just catching a memory, we get to teach them about the ecosystem. We get to teach them about stewardship with Stephen Gama doing the beach cleanup. Look at the Channel Islands you can see from here. There's more to it than just the fishing. That peace, that tranquility of coming along. What we say is, when you're at a ball game or amusement park, same with me and my family, when my kids take off at Magic Mountain, I see them at lunchtime and when we leave. If we're watching a Dodger game that we love, we're entertained. But fishing still just brings back that, just sit there and talk and communicate. You know, it doesn't cost much. It costs you what, $8 to park for the day, a couple of sandwiches, a couple of rods that you could use, and there it is there, you know. But it's bringing that fellowshipping together that for some reason nothing else like the outdoors does, you know.
Yeah, and you have a terrific amount of volunteers that help you with this. I mean, they're all out here ready to go.
Yeah.
The ones sitting at the desk.
Shout out to the board members. We have a great board. But that's that just shows community at its finest, right? That they want to help. Some of them don't even know how to fish, but just something hit them inside that said, I want to help out with that organization. We have a diverse group now on our board. We have different board members that offer different, not just tying knots, but you know, as we're going into a business. So as it's elevating, the good Lord surrounds us with more community members that are helping us grow and elevate it as well. So, you know, the team has really grown. But we started, you know, with just my kids coming out here helping, you know, and they're kind of aging out. So we need some new guppies coming in. So we're working with the Channel Islands High School has a fishing club.
Great.
Pacifica has a fishing club we're working with.
Great.
We're actually going to do a seniors trip for them on a boat next month. The ones that graduated, we got about 10 of those seniors that we're going to take on a boat. So that's how you see the whole community, you know, is coming together and how we're getting more access to children in different areas, like the foster care system that I tried to be a part of since I was in that area. But it just keeps organically growing throughout our community, people hearing us, parents sharing it, telling their friends. I mean, because we kind of, I don't mean to keep going, but we take data now to kind of see where they're coming from, you know, Facebook, articles. You guys do a great job of spreading the word locally and stuff. So again, community, man, and that's what our pier represents. I wanted to bring that, how this Port Hueneme pier, people walk up and down it, people just to get away, holding hands, romantic, eat something, you know. There's so much how basic one little thing can be that really brings so much joy and enlightenment to everybody, especially at a time right now where it's like, you know, we know what's going on.
Yeah, we need it.
Yeah.
All right, Kevin, thanks so much for talking to me. And yeah, like he said, we try to come out here and promote Kevin and his wonderful program, because I don't even, the kids get taught the whole realm of Hueneme Beach Pier.
Hueneme Beach Pier is the greatest pier on the face of the planet. But yeah, man, we just like to do it. I grew up here fishing on this pier, the last thing I'll say. So to me, hanging out here all day long, fishing with a drop line, I would get string out of the trash can and drop it down and catch a fish with a mackerel and be out here all day, man, and leave all my cares at home and come out here and hang out for the day. So we just want to be able to give something back to our community, man. Again, it's so simple and easy. But if it's foreign to people and they don't understand how to do it, they might bypass it. You know, they don't want, you know, dads don't want to ask how to tie a hook. So they might say, hey, let's go do this instead. But if we're able to show them how to do it, you know, teach a man to fish, quote, you know, then they're more likely to practice tradition. But to walk into a department store and ask for the proper gear, it's kind of hard. So at least we're kind of, you know, segueing them into trying new things that they've been wanting to do anyway. Now they have an easy way to do it. Yeah. So.
Yes. So we're looking forward to when you get started back again. Let us know so we can come out.
Looking about July. Like I said, we talked to the chief of police. He has masks for us. We got the protocol. We have an online sign up now that the kids could go in their English and Spanish. It's going to be limited, so there's a few shifts again, but that's just the way it is right now. But maybe that way we'll go back to just getting the basics and fundamentals. Where you have that many kids, it's kind of hard to handle them. So there's always a silver lining. But look for us in about July. We should be ready to get rocking again.